Hey, welcome back. In the business world today, change isn't just a thing that happens sometimes. It is constant. And that relentless pace, it puts a ton of pressure on teams, right? The old ways of doing things, well, they're just not cutting it anymore. So we need a new playbook, a new way to build organizations that can handle pretty much anything. Let's dig into what that actually looks like.
And that brings us to the big question, doesn't it? In a world where everything is always changing, how do you build a team that doesn't just hang on for dear life, but actually gets better? How do you create real, honest-to-goodness resilience? Well, it turns out the answer is in a really powerful framework.
And that framework is called the PACE culture. Now, this is a key part of a bigger idea called the Business Resilience Framework. But really, you can just think of it as a blueprint. It's a way to create an environment where your people have a clear sense of purpose, they have the right tools, they have the best skills, and, crucially, they have the energy to win no matter what's thrown at them.
So let's break that down. What exactly makes up this PACE culture? We're about to dive into the 4 pillars that hold this whole thing together.
It's actually a pretty simple but really powerful acronym. P is for a purposeful mindset. That means everyone gets the why behind what they do. A stands for the smart application of tools, using technology the right way. C is all about building capability and skills, because let's face it, you always have to be learning. And finally, E is for elevated energy, keeping the team fired up and engaged. So that's the human foundation. But what happens when you pour rocket fuel on it?
This is where it gets really cool. We bring in artificial intelligence. But listen, this isn't about replacing people. Not at all. It's about using AI as a massive amplifier for the very culture we're trying to build. You can think of AI as the catalyst that just takes every single pillar of PACE and kicks it into a higher gear.
And this, right here, shows you that relationship perfectly. The PACE culture, that's your bedrock. It's the solid, human foundation that everything else is built on. And AI, that's the technological amplifier sitting on top, taking all that amazing cultural work and just blasting its impact across the whole organization. So how does this actually work? Let's start with purpose. AI can give leaders incredible clarity. So instead of just looking at last quarter's numbers, predictive analytics can scan market trends and tell you what your customers might want 6 months from now. That gives you real, actionable insights, so a leader can say, okay, team, the data says our top priority is X. And boom, the whole team is aligned on a clear, data-driven mission.
Next up, application of tools. This is a total no-brainer for AI. It's a beast at automating all those repetitive tasks we hate. Think about it. Instead of a project manager spending hours chasing down status updates, an AI assistant can just pull all that data and generate a real-time report automatically. This lets the team focus on actually solving problems, not doing paperwork. AI also completely changes how we build our skills, our capability. We can say goodbye to those one-size-fits-all training sessions. An AI platform can create a personalized learning path for every single person. It can look at a marketing team and say, hey, you guys are great at social media, but you're a little weak in data analytics, and then recommend the exact courses to fill that gap. It can even show people what their career path could look like.
And finally, we've got elevated energy. Now you might be thinking, how can a machine help with that? Well, besides just taking work off our plates with automation, AI can act like an early warning system. It can analyze project timelines and calendars and predict, watch out, the engineering team is heading for a massive workload peak in 2 weeks. That gives a manager time to shift resources around and stop burnout before it ever starts. So we've seen how AI boosts each pillar on its own, but the real magic, the real secret sauce, is when they all come together. When you combine this human-first culture with intelligent tech, you get something that's way more than just the sum of its parts. You get true synergy. And what this synergy does is create this amazing positive feedback loop. See, better data from AI helps leaders make better decisions. That clarity, combined with AI tools that help people collaborate, makes teamwork way smoother. Teams that work better together, well, they learn faster, and they can adapt on the fly. And teams that are always learning, those are the ones that can really scale up their innovation, all the way from a spark of an idea to a fully launched product. Okay, this all sounds fantastic in theory, right? But what does it actually mean for the business? Let's get down to brass tacks and talk about the bottom line, the real tangible value you get when you actually put this PACE and AI strategy to work. I mean, just look at the impact on resilience. It's night and day. A strong PACE culture on its own, that already puts you way ahead of the game. That's your baseline. But look what happens when you amplify that culture with AI.
the boost is huge. You go from just being able to handle disruption to actually getting stronger because of it. You're ready to adapt and thrive no matter what comes next. But here's the really important part. These benefits all feed into each other. When you optimize your resilience and you crank up your efficiency, you just naturally get a stronger competitive edge. And maybe just as important, by creating a smarter, less stressful place to work, you seriously enhance the employee experience. And that becomes your secret weapon for attracting and keeping the absolute best people. So what we're really talking about here isn't just a strategy for this year. It's a framework for the future of work, period. This partnership between human culture and artificial intelligence is setting a completely new standard for what's possible. This quote from the source material just nails it. The framework, that pace culture, gives you the strategic foundation. AI brings the technological muscle. And it's that combination, the two working together, that truly gives a company the power to not just survive uncertainty, but to actually use it to fuel innovation. So if there's one thing you take away from all of this, let it be this simple formula. The future of successful, resilient companies is going to be defined by a human-centric culture amplified by intelligent technology. It's not one or the other. It has to be both, working together in perfect harmony.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? As you look at your own teams, your own organization, and all the challenges on the horizon, you really have to ask yourself, is this the blueprint we've all been searching for? Is this mix of human purpose and machine intelligence the real key to unlocking the future of work? It really, really just might be.